Okay, good morning and welcome to Shiva YouTube. Iyun to Leon. Today's Simon is Simon Kuflam, 139 in Orachayim. The end of the Simon talks about if you hadn't yet said Birchas HaTorah and then you get called, you come a little late to shul, a lot late to shul, and after Birchas HaTorah, and you haven't even said Birchas HaTorah yet. Normally you say it in shul. There's like we said before, there's two brachas of Birchas HaTorah. We learned earlier in Simon Memtet. Birchas Mem Zayin, Mem Chet, Mem Tet. Talk about Birchas HaTorah over there. So there's two brachas you say. Asher Kshan al Asok b'divrei Torah, and then you say Asher B'Chavanu Mikol Minas Hanos Torah Baruch Hashem Nosein Torah. There's two brachas over there. So if you get called to the Torah before saying either of those brachas, so you don't have you're exempt once you say the bracha, the first bracha, before Kriyas Torah. Asher B'Chavanu Mikol Minas, it's exactly the same bracha as the second bracha in the beginning of davening. So you're pater, just like if you say Our Rabba without saying Birchas Torah, it exempts you from saying that. Presumably, that you would have to go back and say the first bracha, Asher Kshan Asok b'divrei Torah. In Halacha Yud, the Shulchan Aruch says that the bracha Achrona, which you say after Kriyas Torah, alludes to two things. It alludes to Asher Nasamana Torah Semes, which reference Zu Torah Shebachtav. That's the reference Torah Shebachtav. V'chayolam Natav Zochenu, the ways of the world, the life of the world. Olam Haba, presumably, you instilled within, you planted within inside of us. Who Torah Shal Peh? That's Torah Shal Peh, which you need to examine a little more, and through delving into it, we'll be able to access that wisdom and the Chayei Olam Haba. That's Torah Shal Peh. So the bracha Rishona alludes to two things: Torah Shematav and Torah Shal Peh. Now, previous shurim, I explained that there's really two Birchas HaTorah for two different things. There's Birchas HaTorah and Torah Shebachtav, and a Birchas HaTorah and Torah Shel Peh. Lasok b'divrei Torah. You should constantly be involved in divrei Torah. That's the mitzvah in Sefer Yehoshua. Lo yom Sefer Torah mipicha. Right. Higisa bo yom v'layla. You should always be involved in Limud Torah, even though technically you're supposed to kovei itim l'Torah. Only certain times you learn Torah. There's a mitzvah that you should always be learning Torah. So you had to resolve it to it. So the idea is that when it comes to Torah Sheba'al Peh, you should constantly be involved in Torah Sheba'al Peh. Now, Torah Sheba'al Peh doesn't necessarily mean learning Daf Gemara and sitting in kollel all day. It means that you're always thinking about what the right thing to do is. You're thinking based on the Torah what the right decision to make is. And that's why the Torah is always with you the whole day. It doesn't mean you should actually be sitting in kollel and learning. And then there's another mitzvah of Torah Shebachtav, that every day you have to read from Torah Shebachtav, and that's really Kriya Shema. The Gemara says that if you said Kriya Shema in the morning and at night, but the Eved Yotzi, would mitzvah Yotzi, Torah Shebachtav. So there's two mitzvahs that I learned, the mitzvah of Torah Shebachtav and Torah Shebachtav every day. Torah Shebachtav applies the whole day, and that's the bracha Lasik b'divrei Torah. You're always an Asik in divrei Torah, and Asher B'Chavanu Kol Min Aslan Torah So, Aslan Torah So is the Torah Shebachtav. That's the Torah Shebachtav. Now, he says over here that if you said that first bracha, you would say the second bracha, Asher B'Chavanu, it's the same bracha. To me, it would seem that once you say the second bracha after Kriyas HaTorah, Asher Nasan Torah V'Chai Olam Natav Zochenu, and Chai Olam Natav Zochenu, according to the Shulchan Aruch, refer to Torah Sheba'al Peh, I would think that you'd be Yotzei even the bracha b'di'eved Lasik b'divrei Torah. That's what I think. As opposed to Ava Rabba. Ava Rabba patters you from Ava Rabbas. It's right before Kriya Shema, so it's really Birchas HaTorah and Kriya Shema. Kriya Shema is Torah Shebachtav. So that patters you from the second bracha, Asher B'Chavanu Kol Mim, doesn't patter you from the bracha Lasik b'divrei Torah. That's the way I would understand it. If you get an aliyah, I would think it patters you from both. That's just my opinion. So take it for what it's worth. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.